Harvey Walters squints against even the weakest light, and the pain in his head throbs in time with his heartbeat. Strength. Strength is only 3. He only needs 1. And he gets it. The headache is just a distraction to work through. The crawling one moves 1 space towards the nearest investigator within range. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest agility. Well, there's no investigators in range. The crawling one moves 1 space towards the nearest investigator. So the crawling one comes slithering along the bridge. Each investigator must resolve a horror check while there's no monsters within range. And that's going to be the end of the mythos phase. Harvey's going to move out and he's going to move up and investigate this maple tree. The bark of this maple has been carved to convey some meaning, but the symbols do not look familiar. The carving is reminiscent of an opening door, but while you examine it, your mind is grabbed by some other power. Will, 4. Let's spend his final clue. Success of 2. The pattern suddenly makes sense, and you know the carving was meant to unlock human potential. So for 1 face down horror, and gain the Feed the Mind spell. Wow, that's Harvey's 3rd spell. He gains 1 face down horror. We move 2, and so that is the end of his action. Rita, she can move 3, so she's got revolver, but so Rita, she's going to move 1, 2, 3. And she's going to attack the crawling one. She has a revolver, 38 revolver, so she'll use that. The creature leaves itself exposed for a moment and you draw your weapon to take advantage of the opportunity. Agility, 4. Spends a clue, so that's 2, so that's a success. The weapon is in your hands in an instant and a succession of shots ring out. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage, so it suffers 3 damage. And she's moved, she's attacked, so that's the end of the investigator phase again. She may be in a bit of trouble. This mythos event affects the investigator in an outdoor space with the highest law. Harvey's law is 4 and Rita's is 3. It's going to be Harvey. Squinting into the night, you are able to discern a faint warping of the air before you. Suddenly the air solidifies into a writhing mass of tentacles as large as a house. One pale limb flings you into a nearby tree, but just as abruptly as the abomination appeared, it fades into starlight. Suffer 2 face down damage and 2 face down horror. Will negates. His will is 4. Nothing he can do. So he has to suffer 2 face down damage and 2 face down horror. So Harvey's up to 3 horror and 2 damage. The crawling one moves 1 space towards the nearest investigator. Well, it doesn't need to move because Rita's already in its space. So the monster attacks. With an ear-splitting roar, the creature crushes you beneath its bulk. Suffer 3 damage. Strength -1 negates. So her strength is 5, so it's 4 dice. That's 2 successes. So she will suffer 1 damage. Gut shot. All the breath leaves your body in a whoosh as the blow catches you in the stomach. You wheeze and gasp for air. Become stunned, then discard this card. So she's stunned. So you cannot perform more than a single action during your turn. And now she's going to have to resolve a horror check. There's a monster within range. Harvey's not in range, so it's just Rita. Creature's flesh seems to roil with some unseen musculature. Suffer 2 face down horror. Will negates. Will of 4 -1, so that's 3 dice. She will use her focused, so she can discard this card to convert all clue tokens to successes. So that's fine. And that's the end of the Mythos phase. So Rita, she's stunned, so she can only take 1 action, and that action is going to be to attack the crawling one. She attacks with her revolver again. You scramble upwards, looking for a clean angle for a desperate shot at the thing's most sensitive spot. Agility +1, so that's going to be 5 dice. And she'll spend a clue, leaving a 1 clue left to turn that, so she gets 2 successes. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result, so that's the 2 we need to kill it. Confirm. The abomination collapses into a black puddle of ooze, and its stench somehow becomes even more acrid. The death of this creature reminds you of the guard in the morgue. Gathering a sample of this black substance could shed more light on old Whately's experiment. Place the circumstantial evidence unique item in the crawling one's space. So we place that there. And that, unfortunately, is the end of Rita's turn, but we can now discard the stunned card. Harvey, oh, that's gone, let's check that. Harvey's going to move 1, 2, and he's going to continue through 1, 2. Harvey's going to head on that way. No, he's not. Whoops. 1, 2 back there. He's going to go down to the bank, and in his next turn he can check out that boat. In the investigation phase. The low growl is the only warning of the wild dog's approach. This mythos event affects the investigator in an outdoor space with the lowest observation. That's going to be Rita. The mongrel is on you before you even see it, and his slavering jaws clamp first around your leg, then the arm you raise to protect yourself. One good kick sends it away, yelping, but your injuries remain. Suffer 2 damage. Negated with strength +1, so that's going to be 6 dice. 2 damage, so we'll roll the other one. So, yeah, we'll spend her last clue to negate that, so she doesn't suffer any damage. Back to the investigator phase. Harvey's going to check out the boat. A wavering violet glow reflects off the river beneath the bridge. The glow is coming from beneath a rotting old rowboat, overturned on the riverbank. You attempt to lift the boat to investigate beneath. Strength. Okay, strength's 3. 1. In a critical moment, a shaft of arcane light dazzles your eyes and you drop the boat heavily on your foot. Suffer 2 face down damage. Ouch. That's 4 damage now for Harvey, and he can only suffer 5. Okay. Sheltered where the boat was overturned is a small altar with the Whately family lineage faintly glowing upon it. When the eldritch glow fades, you realise that old Whately has annotated the lineage with the purring of various animals for some mad reason. Gain the old journal unique item. Zebulon walks over to the river and sticks his injured arm under the water with a hiss of pain. Zebulon moves to there. Right. After soaking his arm, Zebulon crows into the night. Whately, you wicked old rat, your experiment is coming down tonight. Rita is going to take a sample of this black ooze, and then she's going to check the book. The book is ancient, its pages consumed by rot. The book is old and damaged, and it nearly crumbles in your hands. Agility, which is 4. Oh, nothing. Right, she's got the lucky rabbit's foot, so she'll re-roll. Still nothing. The corners of the book disintegrate with your handling, smearing your hands with brown rot. When you drop the book in disgust, it crumbles to dust and blows away in the wind. Damn. So, that's one bit of evidence we might have lost. So she picked that up, she checked that, so that is the end of Rita's turn. Back on to the mythos phase. This mythos event affects the investigator in an outdoor space with the highest observation. So that's going to be Harvey. In the wan starlight, you see the trees part, splintering and bowing away from nothing. There is nothing there. Suffer 3 face down horror. Will +1 negates. Will is 4, so that's 5 dice. One. Yep, just the one. So she's going to take 2 face down horror. That's the first horror for her. Back to the investigator phase. Ooh, yeah. So when Harvey went into here, we should have revealed this, so we'll do that now. The river continues in this direction, moving swiftly into a deep gorge. Bishop's Brook sends up silver plumes of spray in the narrow gorge. A watertight pack has been abandoned on the riverbank. So Harvey's going to move down and check this out. A small bundle has been left on the riverbank, twine holding the oil leather closed with small knots. The knots holding the pack closed have been swollen together by the mist from the rapids. You attempt to untie the knot. Agility. His agility is only 2. Roll 2 extra dice if you have a bladed weapon. He does. He's got the ritual dagger. Excellent. So he's going to roll 4 dice. Three successes. Twine unravels to reveal a pack filled with sticks of dynamite and a shredded fishing net. Gain the dynamite common item. Move that, so he picks up the dynamite and he moves back to there. Rita will continue along the bridge. 1, 2 to there, and she is going to go there, but we'll check what's here first. The forest thickens in this direction. After a gulch of bare ground, the forest begins in earnest, with the evergreens and silver maples packed shoulder to shoulder. Every branch of a large oak is lined with lilting whippoorwills, and the starlight glints violet off something beneath the tree. From the clear sky comes a slash of lightning, nearly destroying a tree near you. While the thunder rolls away, the split tree crashes to the forest floor, igniting the dead leaves with its heat. Uh-oh. In the damp bowl of the meadow is one perfect footprint, though it is improbably large. A tall evergreen has a dark hollow in its trunk. Some past hunter left his gear beneath a tree. A man-sized puddle of tarry black is seeping into the forest floor. In the centre of the mess is an abandoned book. Place the King James Bible. The ground slopes steadily higher in this direction. Okay, so Rita's moved to there. She'll now move here and check this out. A hawthorn tree has had several branches snapped off close to the crown. The thorns on this old tree are at least an inch long, and the fallen branches are covered in a sticky grey ooze that smells of something long since dead. Suffer 1 face down horror and gain 2 clues. Okay. 3 horror. Now for Rita, she can take 5. She moved 1, 2, 3, so that is the end of the investigator phase.